Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly. It's Alissa and Katy, and we are two top producing realtors in the Baton Rouge market.
We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths. Hello. Hi, Alissa.
Hey, Katy.
This is episode 57. Did you take a day off this week?
I did. Let's talk about
That's
it.
what we're gonna talk about today. I don't know what we're gonna call it, and we should let the audience know that we've had kind of a rough morning. We were supposed to start recording nearly 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You lost your key, we think, in the car or somewhere, and then we just tried to record, and we're not even certain that this is recording because the machine was giving us trouble, and we don't actually know if it's recording. It is. I think it is.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
I'm gonna double check to make sure I push play on these other things. Okay. Is this thing going? Is this thing on? Okay, now it's on, as I suspected.
Okay.
This thing's fine.
Fine.
We're good. Okay. Whew. All right, here we go. Episode 57.
We're ready.
Coming in hot. Okay. Let's start with how this all started.
Okay.
You took a day off.
I did. And I do that, but I don't always advertise it.
Right.
But since school has started back, since the virus and everything, I have been really slow during the week. I feel like parents are getting ready for school, they're adjusting, and then some kids are there half the time, and anyway, and I feel like that's kind of normal. Summer's busy, and then school starts, and you just have
a lull.
A little
lull.
And so this week, I just was kind of slow as far as appointments, in-person appointments, and then we have this hurricane situation.
Right.
So my email is really caught up, and my follow-up is good. Done. I've just really caught up.
You're good.
So on Friday, I was like, man, I don't have anything to do.
Right.
I don't want to sit at home.
Right.
Haven was at school. So I have a friend that lives in New Orleans. So I was like, I'm just going to drive and have lunch in New Orleans today.
Great.
So I put it on my stories and was like...
What did the original story say?
The original story was me with an icy, and it was day off equals lunch in New Orleans.
Yes, that's it.
That's all it said.
That's all it said. Taking a day off.
But then I got there, and I'm not a big Instagrammer. I don't get DMs. I'm not one of those people that's sorry, I haven't responded to my DMs yet. I have so many.
You were like, what's all this?
Yeah, what does this number mean? Why is it so high?
Oh, my word.
But it was just realtors.
Yes.
And two attorneys being so how does that work exactly? What do you do?
How did you take a day off?
How did you take a day off? And it just made me so sad.
Yes.
For our industry because we talk about burnout a lot. We talk about mindset a lot. We talk about boundaries. We talk about self-care.
Yes.
And, we haven't really addressed specifically a whole episode on what if you need a day off?
Yeah. Well, I think also this is a repeating theme for a reason. People talk about it in theory and are like, yeah, I'll have boundaries, or yeah, I'll go on vacation, or we're telling you we're going to have to beat this horse till it's dead.
Sure.
Because they don't do it.
Right.
The fact of the matter is you had an Instagram post that said, got my icy, going to have lunch in New Orleans, day off. And they were like, wait, how did you do that?
Yes.
I'm like, but okay, here we go. We're going to tell you. So your next Instagram post was, now my DMs are full of people asking me how to take a day off.
Yes. And it makes me sad for you.
Yes.
There's no reason it should be so hard.
Right.
I think as realtors and entrepreneurs in general, we overthink the day off. We think, if I do that, I'll lose everything. I'll lose my business. I can't take a day off.
All the momentum is gone.
The momentum, and I'm this and I'm that. And I mean, you can handle your downtime in one of two ways. I mean, you can either get really stressed out. You can have anxiety. You can have fear of the future. Fear of failure, wondering if you're ever going to have business ever again. Or when you are slower, you can just rest, rejuvenate.
Yeah.
And then when things start happening, you're ready.
Yeah. It's a lot
your
easier.
Systems are clean.
Yep.
Everything's done.
Mm-hmm.
You're refreshed and you're ready to get back to work.
Yep.
And, yeah, I mean.
Okay. So you then posted, not just my DMs filled up. The next slide was, these are the things that the real estate industry glorifies and
yes, it just
accepts.
Yes. It just feels like when I started getting all these messages, it's like I feel like we're solving the world with Hustle Humbly.
Right.
Being like, we're putting the message out there that
people
you can do it. That
you can do it.
You can control your work environment and you
yeah.
can control and do what you need. You can take care of your family first and
right.
take care of yourself. But then when you get all these DMs and I was
You're like they're not
still
doing
confused.
They're still confused. You know what was really funny and ironic to me about the whole thing? Because it resonated with me a lot too, in that everything you said about being sad and then the whole list, which we're going to go through,
mm-hmm.
of things that the industry glorifies. I felt sad and I felt like, you know, sometimes I struggle with things on that list too. We all do. And we're going to go through them line by line. But what was really ironic to me was I had planned to go to New Orleans the day previous.
What?
Yes. Like I had cleared out my schedule that day. I'd caught up with anything I needed to have done. My sister wanted to go check out a particular place for like a shop. And then we were going to have lunch and my mom was going to come with us. So I was supposed to be gone all day Thursday.
Okay.
But in the morning, she had a COVID exposure at school. So she couldn't go. So we didn't go. But my schedule had been cleared out. So I would have had the day off on Thursday. Yeah. And then you all of a sudden are posting, going to New Orleans for my day off on Friday. I'm like, well, I guess it's just a good week to go to New Orleans.
Well, that's the thing, too, is that I do think in our industry and like in any business, you have your busy seasons and you have your slow seasons. And it would have been a lot harder to go to New Orleans for a whole day in July.
Yeah.
But I took advantage. I recognized that it was a slow week.
Right.
I was also slow on Thursday, the day before. And I did just stay home, clear out my
that's why you were so caught up.
That's why I was so caught up.
Yeah.
So when Friday rolled around, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't stay home again. Yeah. I need to go do something fun. I need to just like not even, just because you have free time doesn't mean it has to be
filled with work.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Oh, I knew I could.
Right.
And that's also why like I couldn't just lay on the couch and watch Netflix all day, which is fine to do.
Right.
But I know myself.
You would have worked.
I know I would have worked on my computer.
Yeah.
And, you know, done whatever I needed to do. So it was just better for me to get out of the house, go do something, visit a friend, get inspired.
I like that.
It was just wonderful. But, you know, a day off doesn't always have to be like going somewhere, or it can just be, hey, and I get it, because the days that I do take off, especially during the week where I do just stay home, I might catch up on laundry and take a nap and go for a walk. I still sometimes feel weird on those days.
Yes.
Like I feel irresponsible.
Yes.
But I also know that's a lie.
Yes.
And that I need to do it anyway.
Yes.
And it does get easier.
Right.
Because then I see, well, you worked on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. This is great. This is exactly where I wanted you to go with this. You have the guilt the same way I have the guilt. Like when I say to people, I don't typically work on weekends, I immediately feel like guilty that, well, that's not appropriate for a realtor to take off on the weekend. Or you're not really taking off on the weekend. That's just something you say or whatever. And I think that we have to remember, because we work on the weekends, that you're going to have to force yourself to take a weekday off. You can't assume that so like, for instance, this weekend, Saturday, I did no work to the point of I did not respond to text messages. I did not do emailing.
Did anybody die?
No one died.
Oh, thank God.
And I had to slap my hand a few times like, nope. It's my day off. You have to be fiercely protective of your day off, because no one's going to protect that for you.
Yeah.
And your clients don't know if you're working or not, and they're going to try and seep into your day off.
Yeah.
So you have to protect it. And then on Sunday, I had a walkthrough at 1 and a showing at 2 with a friend from school that I was happy to see. It was totally fun. We went to a very nice house. It was not work.
Right.
Like it was fine. And so I worked 2 hours on Sunday.
Right.
But I think that's okay. And that means that on Monday or Wednesday or whatever day you have slow, if you want to sleep late and watch Netflix, then you need to be somewhat protective of the other day off. And you, at the very least, better for real have one day off.
But I would not have been able to enjoy this day off, and I would not be able to actually take a nap if my brain knew that there was things
work to be done
that I was not doing well.
I know.
So in order to take the day off and be successful, you can't be lazy.
No, you have to be
with
productive.
Your work. You have to be doing what you're supposed to do during normal working hours instead of lunching all day or running personal errands all day.
Right.
You do it to enjoy the day off. You have to be treating your business with excellence.
Yeah.
So when you shut it down, your body relaxes.
Right.
You could actually fall asleep.
You shouldn't have people knocking down your door because you're all caught up.
You're all caught up.
Nobody needs something from you at that moment.
Right.
I think that's the problem with some of us who treat it like the flexible schedule. I'm a part-time. It's not a part-time job.
Right.
So if you don't have full-time hours to devote to it, then you won't be able to keep caught up, especially if you're doing a certain level of business, which is probably what you're trying to do.
Right.
Then it's very difficult. But I don't think that your clients are going to automatically ask you to work on your day off if you caught up on everything the day before you took the day off.
Sure. And I mean, you can. I think it's fine. I had no problem if I got a text message responding and saying, hey, and I actually had it just copy and pasted, but hey, I'm actually off today, but I'll look into this first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
To me, that wasn't working.
No, was just like an autoresponder.
Yes, you can just respond.
Yeah, because you don't want them to start messaging again.
Right.
Don't call me 3 times. I'm not working today.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And so I think it's fine to communicate that.
Yeah.
And then there are times where maybe you don't feel like advertising that you're having a day off, and you can say, hey, I'm totally booked today, but tomorrow I will do this.
That's
just
probably
hear from you.
Yes, that's the best way to handle it.
Yes.
If you are out of practice in taking a day off, and if you are a jump as soon as someone says something, try that for a day. Sorry, I'm in appointments all day, or I'm totally booked today, or whatever wording you want to use that doesn't say it's a personal day or a work day. Just say, I'm not available today. I'll get to it tomorrow. And then after you do that for a while, maybe you'll be okay with saying, I'm not working tomorrow.
One of my clients jokingly, and this is someone I've done a lot of business with, but I had sent my thing saying, hey, I'm actually off today, so I'll get to this first thing tomorrow. Was like, you were just at the beach, LOL.
Sorry.
I was like, I was at the beach like 2 weeks ago.
It's fine.
Can't you take a day off?
Yeah.
More than every 2 weeks?
Well, guess what? I'm off again.
Right. Yeah, I know it's crazy. Do you work 7 days a week?
Right.
Like most people don't.
And
because we're not designed to.
No. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I do think I made my notes. It's always a good idea to do a time audit. So how are you spending your work days? Like get a time audit, do the 15-minute increment or whatever one you want to do, or just make notes of how you spent 8 hours of that day. And if you weren't using the time wisely, that's why you're never caught up. That's why you're not feeling like you can take that day off. But it is possible to do.
Right.
Okay. I want to go through your list.
Okay.
But I want to first talk about, why do you think agents feel like they can't take a day off? What's stopping them from taking a day off?
I think a lot of it goes back to that scarcity mindset, fear that they're going to lose something. If I don't respond, they're going to go elsewhere. If I can't help them right now. I mean, there are agents that brag about, 10-minute response times all the time. And you can call and text me at any time during the whole day. And they think it's like I am committing myself to my clients fully, like it's this badge of honor.
Yes.
But if you really think about it, it's just not possible.
No.
Well, it's not possible to do that and still have friendships.
No.
And still have a family.
Positive family life.
And still
have your sanity.
Have yourself.
Right?
Yeah. Even for yourself. You just can't do it's not.
I know.
But for a while, I think that was very glorified.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Do think
totally.
that we're getting a little bit better towards recognizing that it's not healthy, that it doesn't need to be that way, that it's actually more professional to have boundaries and to implement things into practice. But I can remember when I was new, I took a class, like a designation class, and one of the guys at the table with me was just so, first of all, he was wearing a suit and tie, so I should have immediately been like, you're not my people.
Right.
But he was just so busy, and he was kind of new, and I was new. I was brand new.
How's this possible?
I'm like, how's he so busy? And he's just like so fancy and telling me, oh yeah, I work every Saturday and Sunday. And I was thinking, I need to work every Saturday. Like, I was thinking,
you thought that's the only way to be successful.
Wow, yes, that's what success looks like, is that you're so busy. And then how many times when you run into another realtor, it's like, are you busy right now?
Yes.
And because we do like to gauge, like, where are we?
I think we have, the need to gauge.
It's just, for a while, it seemed like busyness equals success.
Yes. My third part of that, because I wrote the same things down, why realtors can't take a day off. Fear, scarcity, and the super secret third, it's competition. If you don't close that sale, someone else is going to close that sale. If I'm not number one, someone else has got to be number one. Like it's that little nagging thought in your mind that not only did I lose it, but someone else got it.
I have a nagging thought in my mind right now.
What is it?
I'm struggling with it. I'm just going to share it.
Please do. I'm like
podcast
so nervous.
therapy. So last night at like 8:00, I got a text message.
And you responded?
And it said, hey, Alissa, this is so-and-so. I was given your name.
Okay.
By so-and-so, I would love to buy a house.
Okay.
Let me know what I should do.
Okay.
Tanner was working, and I was just like, honestly, I didn't even think about it. Really? I just responded, and I'm not going to beat myself up for that.
I think it's okay.
It was fine.
It's fine.
And I said, awesome. I'd love to help you. I love so-and-so. I'm so glad they sent you my way. Did you have a lender that you were talking with, or do you need help finding one? I have one. Thanks. And then sent me the address to a house. This is the house that we need to go see.
Okay.
I said, awesome. Do you think that you could just have your lender send me the pre-approval letter?
Right.
I always let sellers know that anybody I bring into their home has been pre-approved and vetted. My email address.
Yeah.
He sent back, I'm not actually pre-approved yet, but I know which lender I'm using once I get to that stage.
You're there.
And I said, no problem at all. I totally understand. But maybe tomorrow you could get pre-approved over the phone. It should take like 10 minutes, and then we can schedule a time to go see that house.
Yeah.
No response.
He ghosted you after that?
He ghosted me. So this morning, after I dropped Haven off, I texted him and was like, hey, let me know if you have some time today. I'd love to schedule that appointment for you. Maybe we can go tomorrow. Just let me know about the pre-approval letter. No response. And I'm just like, sometimes things like this make me go,
why did I answer?
You lost the client.
Yeah.
Like you
think because you responded.
No, I think because I'm sticking to my guns. I'll show you a house as soon as you're pre-approved.
No, now you're like, he's gone. He gone.
Right. Because this wasn't a random sign call where I feel
No, it was a referral.
It was an actual referral.
Yeah, but maybe he's gone for something that you're thinking about it one way, but maybe he's gone because he's like, oh shoot, I really don't have my down payment saved. Right. Or I really am not ready to call and do my pre-approval, and I just want to look at houses for 6 months and then do it.
I know. In the back of my mind, I'm sticking to my guns.
You should.
I have not considered flexing.
Don't.
But I think because it was a personal referral.
Yeah.
And I don't like being like ghosted with no response at all.
Fair.
You know, it's
call.
irking me.
Call.
I probably will.
I'm
still going to follow up with it because it just happened.
And I would call the referrer. Yes, or text the referrer and be like, hey, just wanted to let you know so-and-so reached out. I'm so thankful for the referral.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they were quite ready to,
I'll be here.
Get started, but I'm here whenever they're ready. So if you run across them again.
Right, but it's like, it's that same fear that you would get if somebody's like, can we go see this house right now?
Yeah.
Today. And then you look it up and it's been on the market 3 months and today you're off.
I'm like, no,
not today, but tomorrow.
Tomorrow's okay.
Tomorrow's great.
Because you also have to be willing to deal with the ramifications if the house sells today and you couldn't show it until tomorrow. And you might end up with an unhappy client, or they might even dump you. But that can't be the reason why you work every single day, out of the fear that the house won't be there tomorrow.
And if your goal is to increase business, then one day you might have 10 to 15 clients at a time.
Yeah.
And you have to have boundaries at that point. There's no way you can just be letting 15 people tell you what to do at any given time.
Oh, yes, because this is the one that I can't handle. This saying, make hay while the sun shines. Like we all think, here's a farmer quote for you. Yeah. We all think, oh, it's busy season. It's busy time. Everyone wants to buy a house right now. I have to sell all the houses because if I don't do it right now, in a month, there won't be any.
Right.
But that has 15 years in, and I'm here to tell you, friends, that is not true. Yeah, there might be a busy season, but I've never just all of a sudden had no business.
Yeah, never.
Besides COVID, and that was like literally a month, and then it went bonanza.
And then it went crazy after. So what were you, that's my big thing too, is because I do know there are a lot of agents out there right now that when you have some downtime, you don't need to be watching Netflix. You need to be clearing out your email, communicating with your clients.
You have to have systems. Yes. If you don't already have systems in place, that might mean for the next 30 days when you have downtime, you work on those things.
And once you have systems, you can take a day off.
Yeah, you can take a day off.
That's what's so amazing about it.
I know. I think that everyone also needs to ask themselves, what is your motivation to work? Like, why are you working? Why did you say yes to that? Why did you scrap your day off and go do that showing for someone that wasn't pre-approved? Why? I think that's important.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to go through your list.
Okay, I have it right here.
I'm so excited.
It's funny because I just was thinking about these things on my...
No, you hit the nail right on the head. And I want to tell you, because I know you probably didn't go do a lot of the follow-up. There were lots of reshares of that list on our Instagram. There were lots of DMs to the Hustle Humbly Instagram. There were a lot of people who this list resonated with greatly, and we covered most of it back in episode 2, the culture of the real estate industry, and it bears repeating now that we're we're on episode 57. Right. It's time for a refresher.
So this is the list that I came up with of things that the real estate industry glorifies and accepts.
Okay.
And even promotes.
Promotes. That's a great word for that.
Says, this is what you do. You work 7 days a week.
Yep.
It's okay to be on your phone at dinner or lunch or with friends.
Not okay.
It's okay to have a million emails that are just unorganized, unanswered, scattered here or there. Some have been responded to. Some are trash. Some are not. Some need follow-up.
No.
Never doing your actual to-do list.
Oh, it's so
how
serious.
Many realtors out there are like, I'm going to... they want new business so bad. But they're not even following up with the...
I know.
With what?
Say it again.
Yes, I know. Okay. Working into the evening, 10 p.m. texting, emailing at midnight, no time off, being attached to your phone on vacation. Clients get your best, families get your leftovers.
That makes me sad.
Someone said that one time, and it just made me go, oh, wow. Because it's true. Like, if you come home totally burnt out every day, like, what are your kids even getting?
Nope.
Perception of success is better than actual success. Okay. You just want people to think that you're...
Let's just... Right. We're going to pause there for a second.
Okay.
The need to display your stats and numbers and figure out a way to make them even look bigger. Like the whole, I'm going to be the team leader and have 20 agents below me and all the production is going to go under me. And then
we're going to say, we made 6 figures of income this month.
Can you imagine?
Well, like, even if you did, you don't need to.
It does. That is not weird. First of all, that is not important to your clients.
No.
In the least.
No.
Not at all. Those posts are the same as the real estate section for I don't know how many years in the newspaper has been read only by realtors.
Yes.
There are no people looking through the real estate section and going, wow,
Look at
all these realtors making all this money. That's exactly the perception we don't need the public to have.
I know.
Look at all the money I made. Because that's when they come to you and they're like, discount your commission.
Yeah. Like I'm going to sell my house without you because you
make all the money.
Yeah.
Yes, go on.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Being on call 24/7.
No, thank you.
Bragging when you're busy.
Yep.
Feeling failure when you're slow.
Now that one is a struggle.
That one is, yeah. That's why I had to go do something.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm slow. I feel like
I'm getting sluggish. I feel myself getting into a funk. Like I just need to
get out there.
Mm-hmm. No client boundaries.
Yep.
One I didn't put on there because I couldn't think of how to word it was no peer boundaries.
Oh. Like holding your peers accountable, I think would be a fair way to say that.
Other realtors that do text frantically at midnight or whatever. I mean, having boundaries with coworkers.
Yes, that's right.
We live to work.
Yeah.
Wanting more while neglecting the business you have. It's like I finally got a client. Now I'm just going to never communicate with them or give them any updates while I seek new business.
I think that what I would love for people, because we've said it a lot of times recently, if you could envision your how you're treating your current clients as lead generation, then maybe you would give it the time and attention it deserves.
Yeah, like if you're one of those agents or team leaders that's really into lead gen.
Yeah.
Lead gen is how you're treating your current business because that is how you get referrals.
Yeah. And it's not a made up thing.
Wow.
That is your lead gen.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. I like that too.
Okay. Flashy posts with misleading numbers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, I try not to do this and I honestly don't do it much anymore. But I don't know if y'all are aware of this. Other realtors can very easily go look at your production in the MLS. Like it is not a secret. So if you want to pretend like you're real fancy and you've done all the business, like we can
all do math.
Yeah, but also that's not what makes you successful.
No.
I just don't understand. Like it's too much. It's too much. Okay.
And then the look at me mentality.
Yeah. Well, that's all the same.
I know.
Here are the numbers. Look at me. Check out me.
I'm so successful.
Right.
You should hire me, I guess. But like, I just would not hire that person.
I wouldn't. But I would either think, yes, okay, maybe this is a little, I just don't feel good about it. But also, maybe they're too busy for me.
Right.
Like, they're really busy. Or maybe I'm a sweet little first time buyer and I'm like, I'm afraid. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're like, think I'm stupid or I just, I don't know.
Yeah.
All that perception is reality too. And dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. That's just a bunch of crap.
I know.
That people have to stop doing that. It doesn't matter what your numbers are. It doesn't matter what my numbers are today. It doesn't it just doesn't matter.
Right.
Your clients only care that you're going to answer their calls and treat them kindly and make sure their transaction gets to closing.
That you're there for them and that you meet your deadlines. Yeah. And you keep them in the loop with what's going on.
I have never, because my system for taking vacation, and I don't take a lot of them, maybe 2 to 3 per year where I leave town and I'm not available at all. I always tell every one of my active buyers and every one of my current listings, hi, here's the email. I will be gone from this day to this day. This is where we're at in your transaction. We should be all good, or this is what's going to happen while I'm gone. It's, you're going to be fine. If you have an emergency, here is whoever's taking my business. Here's my broker's number. Here's my, agent friend's number. Here is the number. If there's an emergency, you can call them.
You can do that without having a team?
Yep. And then I say, I will check my email once per day for non-emergency issues.
Sure.
I have never had anyone toss any kind of fuss about this. And do you know what they do say? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you would be on vacation. We will leave you alone. They are always apologetic.
They're fine to wait.
Are you still on vacation? I don't want to bother you.
When I dropped my ring. When I was on my honeymoon, it was the first time, and I was a newer agent, so I was learning, boundaries and everything. But my office mate, I gave her my email and was like, I'm not going to check it and this and that. And I was so stressed out. I was like, so nervous. God. Like, oh, I can't do this. They need me. You know? And when I got home, I was like, so how'd it go? I only had like, 2 things in the whole bunch. Anyway, she was like, well, your $72,000 condo appraised for $64,000. Oh, no. And I was like, oh no, what happened? She was like, well, we just negotiated and came to an agreement. I'm
She's like, I got this.
Yeah, like she just handled it for me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Thanks. She might have handled it better than you would have.
Maybe. But it just let me know, like, we think that we're just so.
You're not irreplaceable.
No.
Especially not for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's fine. I saw a quote one time that said, don't kill yourself for an industry that would replace you in one day.
Yes. Think about the number of agents that are new agents every day. If I was like,
hey guys, I'm not in real estate anymore, nobody would cry.
Nope.
They would just say, okay, do you have someone else you recommend?
Yeah.
Like they would not even.
Right.
Because
we're so self-important.
We think that we are just.
No one else can do it.
Nobody can do it like we can do it.
Nobody can do it. But they can.
And it feels good when you realize that it's okay.
Okay, I wanted to talk about something else while we're on this topic. Because I also don't want anyone to beat themselves up. If you're a 7-day worker and like you feel like you're struggling with this and you don't know how to fix it, it's not your fault.
Mm-mm.
It's the fault of society.
Yeah.
Because Americans, not realtors, Americans have a problem with this. So I got a couple of stats.
Okay,
with about Americans and vacation time.
Oh, good.
Okay. And then I made a note, realtors don't even get vacation time. So you're your own boss and maybe you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. But 54% of U.S. workers, any kind of worker, felt guilty for taking vacation.
Wow.
54%. And then 41% of Americans take less than half of their allowed vacation days.
What?
On top of that, I didn't write this one down, but they're on average, American like full-time workers get 10 days of vacation. So that's 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
10 business days. It is by far and it's not required by law. So that's just common, but that's sort of what the average is, 10 days. In every other country of equivalent like status, so all your European countries and, Australia and all these other places, we're far and away disproportionate. Oh. They do 25, 30, 40 days of government required vacation. That's where amazing. Your employer has to give you 25 days. Yeah, and so y'all open your eyes to the fact that that's not the way. Mm-mm. That's just the way that we've grown up with, and that's the way that we experience in America. But that's overworking yourself to the point of physical disease, illness, stress. Like that's not what life is about. Mm-hmm. And you're your own boss as a realtor. So you don't even have anyone who's going to say you get 10 days of vacation.
Right.
You better be the one that says, I'm going to take some vacation.
You have to.
It's hard. I mean, like, I understand it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy for me.
Well, then it's hard when nobody else is doing it.
That's right.
But you could be the example that inspires and that motivates.
Take the day off.
Yeah.
Tell the people when other realtors ask you, are you busy? Say, I'm all right. I'm busy, but I went to the beach last week.
Right.
Yes, I'm so busy.
I will tell you that, in the beginning, when you're new and you're getting heavily recruited and then like after you actually sell some houses and they put your stuff everywhere and you're recruited more, what I loved the most was that these people were recruiting me, but they were surprised that I didn't want what they were offering.
They were like, wait a minute.
Wait, you don't want to be depending on what they were selling. You don't want to be
the team leader.
Like you don't
want to be the broker.
Yeah. You don't want to be a broker. You don't want to, be able to get on a cruise ship for 8 weeks and have a whole team just run your business. And you don't want to be a realtor that doesn't actually sell houses.
Right. That is such a good point.
And I'm just like,
but you're like, I like the part where I sell the houses.
Yeah,
I actually like the people.
And then I found it would kind of backfire and I would have them
be like,
well, maybe I don't want that either.
Because that's right. We just hear the same messages and we think that's what here's my air quotes. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you supposed to do as a realtor? You're supposed to, build your business, then build a team, then become a broker and have your own office. Like this is the ladder that you're on, but you don't have to be on that ladder.
There are many successful realtors that just sell houses.
Yeah.
Make good income.
Yeah.
Provide for their family.
Yeah.
Go on vacation.
Have boundaries.
Repeat.
Yeah.
That's their goal. Their goal is their goal isn't to live to figure out work and the real estate empire.
Yeah, right.
Their goal is like, okay, well, to live in this world, I have to make some money. So I'm going to go to work. And then after work, I'm going to be with my family and I'm going to vacation. It's the perception is so off.
Very off.
That they forget that, like, y'all, I'm not living to do real estate.
Yeah, I'm not living to buy a Lamborghini and show it on Instagram and talk about all the deals I did. Like, that's just not what I'm here for.
No.
If you're here for that, you're probably at the wrong podcast.
Yeah, wrong podcast.
But also, you do you. Like, that's not my, but we can't all assume that that's the way and that's the goal.
Yeah, like, my goal is to one day not work at all.
Yeah.
And just do what I want.
I think my goal right now is not just to not work at all, because I do really, truly love it. Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to say, I take one client a month and you better be someone I really want to spend time with.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like so excited to work with me. And y'all, the train will take you there whether you wanted to or not if you stay focused. So the more years you're in it, the more your business will come to you. And then you're going to have to put those boundaries in place or else you'll have too much business to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
So 20 years in, those people are going to keep coming to you.
People, I feel, don't really think about it long term. Like, what is your goal? At what age would you like to just take one client a month?
Right.
Downsize?
Yes.
Travel?
Right.
What would you need to do to get there? I just turned, 31 and I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about retirement since I was in my 20s.
Yeah, I know. You're weird, though.
I just have this vision that you are intentional now, you could do it. And there's an older agent in our market that I really admire. And she's always just been so humble and her numbers are good every single year. Yeah. But she doesn't ever, you could be like, wow, what a great year. Thanks. She's
whatever.
She's not going to be like, I know, she's just working so she can go to the beach,
Right.
But I said, why don't you retire?
Right.
And she was like, I thought about it. And then someone I really like will reach out.
They keep you in.
And I
I wanted to see them.
I wanted to do that.
Because we don't talk about this enough. The time you spend with that client in that 30 to 60 to 90 day window is like rekindling or creating a friendship.
It is.
If you're seeing someone you don't see regularly, but that you love or enjoyed or what, you are literally spending time with a friend. Or you might have a new client that you just jive with and things. That is so fun. At the end, when I say I'm going to miss you, I mean that. It was fun spending time with them. It's like having a new friend in your life and that you get to see more often. So...
And she told me, she was like, and my best friend is in the office and she's not ready to retire.
You've said that before. Yeah. She's like, I got to be here for moral support.
She's like, I got to be here for my friend and I just enjoy it and I'll go to the beach when I want to. And if I don't want to take the client, I just
say no. Yeah. Right. Yes, that's the dream. When the client says, are you taking new clients right now? To actually say, I'm so sorry, I'm not.
Yes, but I have someone amazing
who will take care of you. Yeah, that's what you need. You don't need a team, but you need to know the amazing next person.
Right.
Where's that business going to go? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that all of this is a mindset problem.
It is 100%.
And I wrote in my notes, mindset makes your schedule.
One of the messages I got on Instagram was from an attorney.
Yes.
I was like, girl, it's the same way in law. And I said, let's talk about
because they really preach the 80-hour, 100-hour a week thing.
And they have timers.
You're right. They're really
on
taking
their desk.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
If you get up to go to the bathroom, you stop your timer because you're not getting paid for that.
I mean, that is wild.
Crazy. But I'm like, okay, talk to me. I said, so I always preach in the real estate world, we're not emergency room doctors.
Right.
So if we miss a call, no one dies.
Right.
So it's not that big of a deal in our industry for someone to wait, yet we treat it.
Right.
We treat everything
with such a sense of urgency.
Urgent.
Yeah.
I said, so in the type of law that you do you feel like the stuff that you have to respond to is urgent? Like, are you doing serious cases? Because I know there are serious cases, families and things like that. She's like, no,
not urgent.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But that is just how we operate. That's how we run the office. We act like everything is just such a big deal and everything is time sensitive. So then really nothing's important.
Because it's all equally urgent.
Is urgent. And so we don't even know how to prioritize and the work environment is kind of...
And that's really hard though when you're fighting against an entire industry. So like you're talking about law, but it's very difficult if the whole industry is operating in that way and in that mindset. Like you're going to have to really work at working against that.
And that's why I have enjoyed over time, you know, I'm approaching 10 years in the business and I have enjoyed seeing people that were really kind of judgy or, you know, hurt my feelings even in the beginning, like other realtors that were recruiting me. People would say things like, well, if you're not a premier Zillow agent, you're not getting the leads. Or if you're not building a team, you're never going to hit the numbers. Or there was just a lot of things said. And I'm like, why do you as a realtor even care what I as a realtor am doing or how
shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter. Why do you even care? Go talk to your clients. Why are you talking to me? But in the beginning, I had to do a lot of soul searching and self-reflection and being like, are they right?
Well, I think
I'm coachable.
I think they want validation.
That, I'll think about it.
That's about they want validation on their lifestyle choice.
Yes.
If you don't want to do that too, and you're already successful, but that's the answer to being more successful, then they're going to have to give it some deeper thought.
Yes.
And I think that's where it comes
And that is why, in that case, the validation has come with time. Because I have had people who have said things to me come back 2-3 years later and say, hey, can I pick your brain about like how you do this or why, you know, because they want a more simple life that is more enjoyable and that allows you to be happy with your family and allows you to be happy with your clients instead of like, I hate all my clients. My job is so stressful. Now I'm going to go home and be grumpy to my family and my friends.
And work all weekend.
And so in the beginning, it was very hard to hear. And I was always wondering if I was doing the right things. But then as time passed, those people that were pressuring me so hard, a lot of them aren't in the industry anymore at all.
Yeah, because you burn yourself out.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's almost like the people that are pressuring you, those are the ones you need to be the most cautious of.
Yep. Yes. And the most concerned for.
Yeah.
They might need a prayer.
They do. Pray for them.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you made that post on Instagram.
How crazy.
Because that really did spark some like real response. And I think that it really spoke to me and it was good that you put that out there. And so now we have it in a podcast form so that everyone has heard it. And I have a toast.
Great.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Y'all go take a day off.
Yeah.
And here is our toast. So you may recall in our birthday episode, we briefly mentioned the agent who quit her full-time job to go pursue real estate full-time after listening to Hustle Humbly.
And Hustle Humbly was super new. It was in our beginnings.
It was pretty early on. And she's like, you motivated me to quit my job. So I got an update.
Great.
And we're going to toast today.
Okay.
Because I think we've toasted her before, but this is the update. We're toasting to Damara Bolton because she is the one who left her job. She's been killing it. This is Sarah Reed told me this. So she's been killing it in the office. She's been a top producer in the office for 2 months in a row.
Oh my gosh.
And they have over 80 agents in their office. And she's like killing it amongst them. And so I'm really proud and happy that it worked out in case anyone was wondering.
So she went from part-time to full-time and she's killing it.
Yep. She's making it happen.
Yay. That's
so proud of her. So cheers to Damara. We're so excited for you. And we're happy that we had the update. Okay. Awesome. Cheers. Goodbye, friends.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly podcast. Let us know who we should toast to for the next episode.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hustle Humbly Podcast. If you have an episode, topic, or question, please email us at hustlehumblypodcast@gmail.com.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. See you next week. Bye.
This
This is the good life.